Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to this channel where we work with energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I channeled a message for you, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. But first, I want to wish you a happy, exciting, joy-filled 2021. It will be a year of change. The more creative we are with how we choose to change things, the more joy-filled it'll be. So just heads up on that. Okay, so the channeled message that I got for you was interesting. What I saw was like, gosh, it was an old countryside, rolling hills, and there was a tree. The leaves were kind of coming over, you know, like you were like in the shade of the tree, but you were carefully picking through like these big, huge field stones, and you were lifting them up and you were placing them one by one in place. And in the distance, I saw a big castle, and I thought, oh, are you building like a road to the castle? Or are you building, is it boundaries? Because you know, Pisces, sometimes it's about boundaries with you, but it didn't feel right. And I heard laying a solid foundation, and I said, for what? And they said, look at the castle again. So I looked at the castle again, and I realized the castle was up in the air. And so it's laying the solid foundation for the castle, the dream that you have. And that is what this week is going to be about. And so taking a look around and considering the energies we have going on this week, that makes a lot of sense. So that's pretty exciting there. We have this week, when I was prepping, the fairies, the elementals were there, and they were like, they really wanted to be involved. And so I actually selected a deck to use, and they're like, no, we really want to be involved. So we're going to take some general guidance from the Oracle of the Fairies. I'm sorry, the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud and Jessica Macbeth. And you had 3 cards that came out. Oh my gosh. I've literally never seen this card before. It's amazing. It's called Himself. You have the Maiden. And you have, oh my gosh, I can't read the script on here. I have to go to the book. It's white and cursive, and it's not even regular cursive. It's just, I can't read it. Number 37, so 3 plus 7 is 10. So it's a new beginning. It's Tobera of the waters, emotions, serenity, meditation, and gracefully accepting change. For a moment, close your eyes and just let yourself feel the cool, sparkling fairy waters flowing through your fingers. Imagine drinking the sparkling coolness from your own cupped hands, and imagine the water flowing down your throat. You may even be able to feel the magical energy-filled coolness flow right on through to your toes. Anytime you get stressed this month, or ever, that is a great meditation for Pisces. Holy cow. All right, so if she shows up in a reading, water is mutable. Pisces is the mutable water sign. Changeable fluid. Tobera speaks to us in particular of a particular kind of change. The change of emotions and possibly a change in health. This is a year of change, so what we focus on, what we think about, that's what we're going to manifest. So staying in the highest vibrational energy possible. If you are concerned about your health, imagine yourself healthy and drinking blessed water. And as you drink the water, and you bless the water yourself. You don't need to go to a priest or a rabbi or anybody. You bless the water yourself. You bless this water, and you say, I bless this water, that it brings health and joy and happiness and good fortune and abundance into my life. And then you drink it, and you can do that with any water. Everybody can do that. You are more powerful than you remember, possibly. We have important choices to make about how we meet those changes, and and where we let them take us toward the calm, flowing emotions. The choice is obvious, but we sometimes forget that we have a choice. And so you're being reminded that you do have a choice and to make it wisely, and that wise decision will determine your future. The things we need in life remain constant no matter what is going on or how hectic the changes and pressures of our life may be. We need nurturing and love, and ultimately, it is up to us to provide that for ourselves. We need nurturing and love, and ultimately, that is up to us to provide that for ourselves. That is that limitless love of self. And I was just listening to Anna Rhonda and Company, and she channels a council of light, and one of the things they said is it's not about unconditional love, because unconditional love means that conditions on love exist, when in fact love is just limitless, it's infinite. So letting infinite love flow over you, to you, from you, that is how you heal. And we have the himself and the maiden. So that to me is like the inner child. It's also divine feminine energy of the water with the divine masculine energy. And to me, this is like finding that balance and bringing in those energies. And this week, we've got Venus and Mars doing exactly that. And so really getting into that energy and using it. And then the maiden here, this is like the inner child. So it's called Auspicious Beginnings, birth, growth, joy, and hope. Her crown of light and her star jeweled toes. The maiden is pure joy. She is the face of the force that generates growth throughout the worlds. When she's in a reading, the maiden signifies new beginnings and growth. You couldn't ask for a more auspicious card than this if you are beginning something new. Spontaneity, joy, growth, exhilaration, and promise for the future are signified here. You must note also that in the early stages of any process, there is vulnerability and the need for protection, shelter, and guidance, but there is also a magical impetus toward burgeoning growth. Trust the process, but take care of the details as well. The maiden is also the inner child who needs to be under the supervision of competent inner adult in order for her to feel secure. And we have the divine masculine and the divine feminine here. So this is about you. Many of us, our inner child was not treated, especially Pisces. I notice your inner child was challenged when you were young, and so learning, one of the Pisces things is about learning to love and nurture yourself, and in your divine masculine energy and your divine feminine energy, and being the combination of the two, the perfect parenting duo for yourself. That is part of the journey of being Pisces. And so it is being brought up at this time, especially as the sun is in Capricorn, which is the divine masculine energy. So the maiden is also the inner child who needs to be under the supervision of competent inner adult in order to help her feel secure and loved. She is not happy when we spoil her. Considering what is growing in your life, make a list of your hopes and your dreams and your plans. Look for growth within you and think about how you can cherish and nurture that. Bless the growth you see around you. So those stones, those field stones, as you're picking through them and you're carefully setting them in order to build that castle that you're dreaming of. And that castle could be, any goal, anything that you're working on. But this is auspicious, right? This is positive energy flowing to you in regards to this dream, and that the energy is there to help you to do this. So heal and trust. And then let's see what the masculine has to say. Natural law force, magic, and shamanic power. Known as himself, he is the guardian of both the hunter and the hunted, and finds no conflict in that because he understands that many necessary balances of nature. The living bond between all of life. Himself is the breath that moves, the atoms that dance, and his magic is pure being, loving, living. he has the magic of procreation, of dance, the spark of life into being. His presence brings magic. So I also am thinking here as I'm reading this that, this year, so like last year, there was all this changes that happened, like the world stopped and we had to wait around, we had to figure, but this year it is a year of change, but the change has to start with you. Like it's impossible really to see all of the twists and the turns along the way to get to where you're going, but you should be able to see the next couple of steps by the end of this week with all the energy that is around. And so it's important to focus on that, making those next couple of moves. It's really important that you get moving on whatever it is. There is a resting phase with the energy of the moon, but the clarity coming through. So maybe this isn't the week you actually move, but this is the week you get the clarity and you know what are the actions that you're going to need to be taking. When himself appears in a card spread, he is not only indicates that the great amount of energy is present in the reading, but he is also strongly energizing the fairy cards around him. So that would be the healing waters and this energy of this new idea that has so much potential, right? Everything he touches becomes more of whatever it is, more alive, more vigorous, more powerful, more awesome, more awful. So keep your vibrational energy high. This is an indication of great vitality and victory or triumph, confidence and power. There is a leadership and ability to command, steadfastness and integrity. Boy, this is really picking up those Capricorn energies and using them. Wild power held and channeled for the good of all. He speaks of protection. He is a preserver of natural world imbalances. Shamanic power may be indicated here in Pisces. I know a lot of Pisces with strong shamanic powers. This card also speaks of erotic energy, passion, and potential creativity. Wow. Pisces. That's a lot. That is a lot. It is important to nurture yourself and take care of yourself this week, and to feel and allow yourself to feel the power of your potential energy, and as the week unfolds, to pull that energy in and use it when you plant your seed of intention with that new moon. That new moon is going to be powerful next week. So really utilizing this energy. It's big. It's big energy. Okay, so the moon is going to start out in Pisces, and in Virgo, and we've got that in a nice supportive energy triangle, the trine with Mercury that rules Virgo, having a conversation with transformative Pluto. And it is about, while it's opposing the moon in Pisces. While it's opposing Neptune in Pisces. And so there's practicality versus dreams. And, seeing the castle and carefully laying the stones as you are making your way forward. This is the energy of the week walking in for you. And so there's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. And I feel like laying this groundwork, a lot of it is going to be really paying attention to your dreams and then giving it the energy and the nutrients that it needs to proceed forward. So whatever you're trying to do, whether it comes from like you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to create an artistic idea, or whatever this is, it's important that you focus your energy on it and nurture it and protect it and empower yourself to create whatever it is that you're trying to create. Really beautiful energy. Okay, so before I get to the rest of this, I do want to invite you to come along on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time U.S. when I do Moonday Night Live. I pull cards for each sign of the zodiac, and then I usually there's enough time for like 30 to 40 minutes of answering questions, pulling cards for people in the chat. So come and hang out with us. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pacific Time is 4:30 p.m. on Monday nights. And if you are in I'm not surprised to see that. If you are in Australia, Sydney time, it's actually on Tuesdays. Because of the time change, you're 16 hours ahead. So it's at 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday mornings there. So, wow. Okay. And the course that I'm offering, Discovering Your Destiny, where we get into your chart, we look at planets and stars and asteroids and angles and placements. We figure out excuse me, what your superpower is, what karma you came here to release, what was your mission. All that stuff is in your birth chart. So we're going to take a look at that. We'll use the energy cycles of the moon over the next 6 months, and we'll work together every week to help you discover your destiny and move things forward for yourselves. It's super affordable. It's only $132 for the whole 6 months. So we're going to end it with the eclipse cycle that's coming to a close back in June. So it's through June 19th. Well, if you want to, there's a little video, 4.5 minutes on my channel that tells a little more about it. There are payment plans available. Just email me at moondirected@gmail.com for more information on that. I will post the first class. What I do is I record the class lesson, but the live class meets at 11 on Saturdays. So you can, even if you can't make the live, you could still get the lesson plan. You won't get the recording of the live session, but you will get the information you need. So let's get into it. This looks really interesting. So, okay, wow. Okay, so with that moon in Virgo, while Mercury is talking to Pluto, and there's that practicality versus dreams, you have 20, the Judgment card, but they call it renewal here. Review the past and the present so that you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. This is that is nurturing your inner child. That is nurturing your goals, your dreams, your plans. This is taking a look at things and releasing what doesn't work. And then when the moon moves into Libra, you got the balance card. So this is about bringing everything into balance again. There is a lot of emphasis for you this week on balance. And honestly, I feel like this year is all about balance for everybody anyway. I feel like it's the big watchword. I feel like lots of information will be coming out, lots of things, and maintaining our balance is going to be a constant effort as things change and as we, proceed forward. So 12:42 a.m. on Tuesday morning, moon moves into Libra. It's going to, right away, it's going to come into that trine, that supportive energy with Saturn and Jupiter. What is the structure of this dream, this idea you have, and what is your plan? So it's a lot about strategic planning. And while the moon is still in Libra, on Wednesday, we've got Mars moving into Taurus. And so Mars in Taurus is action, but it's methodical, it's paced, it's ready, it's steady, it's moving forward in a very measured way. And so it's not just running forward, it's taking these ideas, really grounding them down into something that you can build something stable and secure, like your castle, right? And at the same time, we have the moon not the moon, but Venus is in Sagittarius. And Venus in Sagittarius is in a very nice aspect. It's a sextile aspect with the moon, but it's crossing the galactic center. So Venus is getting all these downloads about what does true abundance mean to you. You should be able to pick that up. It should resonate through into your heart space. What is abundance to you? This divine feminine energy is really getting a nice little hit from this. This energy of receiving and nurturing. And then in 2 days she moves into Capricorn, where now she's like using the divine masculine energy to start creating the plan from the hits and the information she got moving through the galactic center. It's really so beautifully set up for you. And so then we have on the moon moving into Scorpio. The moon moves into Scorpio on Thursday morning, and it's going to square off with the planets over there in Saturn, in Aquarius. We've got Saturn and Jupiter there. It's going to oppose Uranus, which is going to be an opportunity for you to use your psychic intuition that is so strong to really do some creative, intuitive problem solving. It's a beautiful energy for you, and it is trining on, I think it probably won't trine, it'll probably trine on Friday. It should trine Neptune in your sign of Pisces. So really digging into that intuition, and at the same time it's getting a lot of support from the sun, from the divine masculine energy, and so really nurturing and problem solving and an opportunity to really create a plan. And again, you cannot see the whole way because we don't know what this year holds for us. There's a lot of changes, a lot of shifting going to happen. That being said, you should be able to see where it is you're headed. What is the dream in your heart space? How do you want to feel about it? And leaving some of the details up to spirit, but taking those first couple steps and then being able to go. It's like picking for when you're building a foundation using field stones, you go and you find one, you put it in, you mud it in, you fill it in, right? And then you have to go look for the next piece because they're not all shaped the same. So you have to take a look to see what are the opportunities, the stones, of which one would fit, what's next. And that's kind of how your year's going to go. And so allowing that process and surrendering to it, knowing that whatever stone you need for the next part of the foundation will be provided. It's a lot of trust. It's really important. You have the Shadow Queen. Perfect for Scorpio moon. The Shadow Queen is about acquiring knowledge. It's about overcoming your insecurities. It's about manipulation. Manipulation can be a good thing or a bad thing, right? So it is not good to manipulate to make other people do what you want them to do. But when you are creating something and you pick something up and you want to make it fit, sometimes you have to manipulate the situation a little. So manipulation can be positive or negative. Generally, it's thought of as a negative word. But it really, manipulation in and of itself is not positive or negative. It means to move things in a way that makes them fit. It's an awareness. So using your intuition to have a heightened awareness of what it is that you're doing. But see, she's walking, shining a light into the dark. Well, the light in the dark looks pretty frickin' good here. Okay? So, not so worried about that. And Pisces, you're ruled, the tarot card for you is the moon. You're ruled by Neptune, which is way out there. It is the light in the dark, right? So it is going to be important that you carefully look over the opportunities to figure out which is the best fit. Some of them are not going to fit as well as you think. You might try something, you might have to set it down, and you might have to redo it, right? It is a puzzle. It is a puzzle that you're going to be working on this year, I feel. So the moon is going to move into Sagittarius at 6:15 a.m. on Saturday, and that day is when Venus comes into trine with Mars in both in earth signs. It is that building energy of what do I feel in the heart space, what do I really want, and what do I need to do to accomplish that. That is that rearranging things. That is checking to see what fits and what doesn't fit. You have discernment. So really using your highly intuitive nature to look at a situation and decide, is this a good thing? Is this a good fit or not a good fit? Does this work for me or doesn't it work for me? It's the judgment card all the time, right? Review the past and the present, plan a bright new future, and understand your life purpose. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. But judgment is also about the ability to look at something and go, that works for me now or it doesn't. That's all. There's no judgment involved in that. It's either it fits or it doesn't fit. Does it fit in this spot or not? That doesn't make the field stone a bad field stone. It means it's not the field stone for that position. Just doesn't fit there. That's all. So this energy of communicating from the heart to the head, not the head to the heart. In Pisces, nobody does that better than you. So you're going to be sitting there in your superpower this week. The moon is going to be dissolving down into that phase where it's about pulling our energy in order to get ready for a new moon, and that new moon is going to be potent. So if you're feeling a little tired, if you feel like you need to rest, then take the rest. Don't push too hard. So I want to get you a key word for the week, and let's just see what we get from Spirit here. Looks like you get 2. You have persevere. I'm sorry. It says leave no stone unturned. Some stones will fit, some won't. And just because it doesn't fit now doesn't mean it won't fit later. Leave no stone unturned, persevere. And the other one is joy. Make time for the little things today. So enjoy the process of sorting out. This is the joy, right? And this is the balance and the work ethic and the perseverance and being willing to rest and heal. It is about balance. It is about balance. I love this reading. So amazing. Leave no stone unturned. All right. You guys have a great week. I hope I see you here for Moon Day Night Live. It'll be awesome to see you and connect. And if you are so drawn to it, check out the video on discovering your destiny. And this year looks to be very interesting for everybody. All right. You guys take care. We'll talk soon.